What is going on, guys? Look, my goal for today's video is to stir something up within you that gets you writing. I wanted to give you some food for thought that gets you to go, you know what? You're right. I just need to put some words on the page. That's my goal. And I'm going to start here with a question. I want to ask you, how many writers are writing today? Like all of them combined, how many writers are existing right now? It's a lot, right? Now let's jump 100 years into the future. How many of those writers and those books being produced right now are still being talked about, are still being remembered, are still being read? That number's a lot smaller, right? We don't really get to choose if we're going to be the next Hemingway or the next Shakespeare that's kind of taken by the zeitgeist and brought into legacy. We don't have a say so much. And I find this super relieving. I find this a huge weight off my chest because I have a tendency to just over dramatize my writing. I make it such an existential issue, right? It's almost like I'm forging my destiny as I write my novels. I'm so worried about legacy and how I'm going to be remembered, and that my pen becomes the proverbial sword in the stone. And if I'm trying to reclaim my destiny through this, it becomes immovable. If that's how I'm seeing my writing, I'm sitting there spinning my wheels. Trust me. I'm sitting there trying to get every sentence perfect. And the book is not going to be as well written. It's not going to be as well authentic to myself. There's just a lot of problems with that. So I find the idea that most of us are going to be just, known now with who we know and who reads us and then kind of forgotten pretty quickly. I find that relieving. Because look, what's the alternative? You do get remembered, then oh great, you did it. You are one of the Hemingways. Alternatively, there no harm, no foul. You're gone, and it's forgotten. All is forgiven, and is just returned to dust. So what I take that as is you got to live your life now. Do what you want to do while you're here. Don't get so caught up and worried about the legacy and what's going to be remembered. Doesn't matter. We don't choose that. Remember, we don't choose if the zeitgeist picks us. What we choose, what we have a say in, is how we're going to live the day to day. We get to choose how we spend our time. We can try to write. We can wake up and decide every day, I'm going to try to write the best book that I can write. And we do that. But our focus shouldn't be on doing that so that we can be the next Hemingway. It's for this. I'm going to bring you into a darker place here, so stick with me. Picture yourself at your funeral. You're a ghost sitting at the back listening. What are people saying about you? What is it that's being remembered there? Because I think this is the legacy we should focus on. It's how we're being remembered by those who loved us and knew us. And I think the legacy of, look, my dad had this dream of being a writer, and he tried, and he was willing to put time and effort into that, and he took a shot at his dreams. I think that's a legacy worth fighting for. I think that's really positive, and I think it'll have positive effects. So that's kind of what I'm trying to focus on, is what am I doing in the immediate today, the now, and how is that going to help build the legacy that I do get to control for those who know me, those who love me and care about me. What message am I leaving to them rather than to the zeitgeist? Because I don't have a say in that. And I hope that you find this as freeing and as inspiring as me, that I think that some of the greatest novels that have ever been written, I don't know of. I've never heard of them. I'm never going to hear of them. Some of the best writers to have ever written have been forgotten before my time, and I don't have a chance to read them. So I think, it says nothing about our writing that is not going to be remembered like that. And I'm not trying to worry about it anymore. I'm trying to worry about being the best person I can be in this moment. And that means fighting for my dream and my goal of being a writer here and now. So hopefully you take that and find something inspiring in there. Take care. Happy writing.